Wilson Odobert has signed from Burnley for around £30 million. Dominic Solanke will wear the number 19 shirt this season. Jamie Donley has just signed a new contract and has now just signed for Leyton Orient on loan. Claire Hunt has just signed for the Tottenham Hotspur women from PSG. Hall with a brace as Spurs beat Chelsea 2-1 on Friday evening, getting off to a winning start in the new season in Premier League 2. The under-18s are in action on Saturday morning. Michael Dawson has come out and said that Ange Postecoglou's first season was entertaining, but this season is all about getting back into the Champions League. Eze's release clause has now expired, and Chris Sutton has come out and said fans were bored of Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte, so why is Ange Postecoglou under pressure? People want him to foul. It is deeply unfair.
Chris Cowlin. Fan cams. Club news. Transfer news. Match previews. Legend interviews. Spurs winning. Press conferences. Covering everything Tottenham and England.
Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you listen to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. So let's start with all of the official news released by Tottenham Hotspur Football Club on Friday. Now, on Friday morning, Tottenham Hotspur announced Odobert deal agreed. We are delighted to announce that we have reached an agreement for the permanent transfer of Wilson Odobert from Burnley, subject to formalities. The 19-year-old has agreed a deal that will run until 2029, and he will wear the number 28 shirt. The club statement then goes on to say Wilson began his career in the academy of PSG before moving to Troyes in July 2022, where he scored 4 goals in 32 appearances. That earned the winger a move to the top flight in England with Burnley, and he became the Claret's youngest ever Premier League goalscorer in October 2023 with a goal against Chelsea. During his time at Turf Moor, he made 34 appearances in all competitions, scoring 5 goals. On the international stage, Wilson has featured for France across numerous age groups and is a current France under-21 international. Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has provided some deals on the Odobert transfer, Burnley to Tottenham. He has stated that Tottenham have invested important fee on French winger, as he was on the list of several clubs in the UK and Italy. £25 million fixed fee plus £5 million in add-ons, and also 10% sell-on clause for Burnley. 5-year deal, shirt number 28, and medical also completed in London. Another official statement released by Tottenham Hotspur Football Club on Friday, this time all about Dominic Solanke. It states, following his transfer to the club from AFC Bournemouth last weekend, we can confirm the shirt number that Dominic Solanke will wear this season. The striker has been allocated number 19, which he will begin wearing from Monday night's season opener at Leicester City. Another official announcement released by Tottenham Hotspur Football Club on Friday. This one is from the Spurs women. They have stated, we are delighted to announce the signing of Claire Hunt from PSG, subject to international clearance and a work visa. The Australia international has agreed a deal with the club that will run until 2027, and she will wear the shirt number 15. Claire Hunt, talking about her move to Tottenham, she said, I was drawn to Spurs by the way that they play. The club culture is here, and for me, it feels like an environment where I can contribute to and really add value to the club. So I'm really excited to get started. Now, some more Tottenham Hotspur women news also released on Friday. The group stage draw for the Women's League Cup will take place on Monday, the 19th of August at approximately 3:30 p.m. The draw will be made live on TalkSport's 2 social show at 3:30 p.m. and carried out by former England international Leanne Sanderson. As it has been the case in recent seasons in the competition, the draw will be split into a northern section and a southern section, with Robert Villaham's side being placed in the latter alongside 11 teams from the top 2 divisions. In the southern section, Brighton will be ball number 1, West Ham ball number 2, Birmingham 3, Crystal Palace 4, Southampton 5, Portsmouth 6, Aston Villa 7, Charlton 8, London City Lionesses will be 9, Leicester City 10, Bristol City 11, and Tottenham Hotspur Women 12. Another official statement released by Tottenham Hotspur Football Club on Friday. Jamie Donley has signed a new contract with the club until 2029 and has now joined Leyton Orient on loan for the remainder of the 2024-2025 season. Having joined the club at the age of 8, Jamie Donley progressed through our ranks and played an integral role in the youth side that claimed the Under-17 and Under-18 Premier League Cup double in 2022-2023. Last term, he featured regularly for our title-winning Under-21s, and an impressive campaign saw him shortlisted for the Premier League 2 Player of the Season award. In December 2023, Jamie earned his first team debut when he came off the bench in our Premier League fixture against Manchester City. To date, he has made 4 senior appearances in our colours in all competitions. On the international stage, Jamie has represented England up to under-19 level to date and has previously featured for Northern Ireland's youth teams. The Spurs under-21s were in action on Friday evening away at Chelsea. Tyrese Hall scored our first goals of the 2024-2025 campaign, his brace ensuring our under-21s defence of the Premier League 2 title began with a 2-1 win at Chelsea on Friday night. Trailing after an 11th minute strike and with a much changed team to that which swept to glory last term, we fought back superbly and thoroughly deserved the victory given to us by Hall's goals either side of half-time. The Spurs under-18s start their league season on Saturday at home against Crystal Palace. Now, under-18s coach Stuart Lewis wants his players to continue the good work of pre-season when the new under-18 Premier League campaign gets underway at home to Crystal Palace on Saturday, 11 a.m. UK time kickoff. Since returning from the summer break, our new-look squad, which now includes 13 new first-team scholars, alongside the second-year group, boosted even further by some talented under-16 players, has won 4 behind-closed-doors friendlies, scoring 22 goals and conceding just once. Boss Stuart Lewis said it's been a productive pre-season period with 2 trips, a training camp in York and a tournament weekend in Birmingham, and we've had some good time on the training pitch. Stuart Lewis also said the club's philosophy is to play attacking football, and for myself and the staff, we love to see players playing on the front foot. That's something that we have to continue to implement, but it's vitally important that we defend our box collectively and with purpose as well. Former Tottenham Hotspur defender Michael Dawson has been talking about Ange Postecoglou and the new season. He has come out and said pre-season has been very good. I look at pre-season games and sometimes it can be hard to reflect and look where teams are, especially with the Euros going on. Mickey van der Ven was not there. Christian Romero was not there. Radu Dragushin came back later than others. So it's been a patched up defence, but I think it gives an opportunity to the young players there to show what they can do. Michael Dawson then went on to say, I think Ange's first season was entertaining and a great watch, but now it's about trying to get back into the Champions League, and that has to be the goal. I certainly think Mikey Moore will make an impact. I think sometimes these opportunities, you're waiting for them, and Mikey certainly got that, getting a few goals in pre-season. I mean, we saw him at the back end of last season being involved, training with the team. And I think this year with European football, you're going to have those opportunities because you can't have the intensity that we have in the Premier League and then have European football and trying to be successful. I've also seen a lot of Archie Gray. He was absolutely magnificent in the Championship last year in his first full season, but this is another step up. I think he can play in numerous positions and he will play minutes. He's a kid who just wants to learn. He takes on board and his work ethic. He just loves football. Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has just given an update on Tottenham Hotspur target Eze. He has stated the release clause of Eze at Crystal Palace expired at 5 p.m. on Friday. No club has activated it. Despite interest from several clubs, the clause has expired for the England winger. Former Premier League striker, now pundit Chris Sutton on Ange Postecoglou and Tottenham. He's come out and said, I'm hearing a lot of nonsense about Tottenham and how their manager Ange Postecoglou needs a good start to the new campaign. I don't understand why he is under pressure now at the start of his second season. Chris Sutton then went on to say the Spurs fans were bored and fed up every weekend under Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte, but they were entertained last season and almost made the top 4 too, all without Harry Kane. Nobody can argue that Ange did not make progress, so why is he being questioned? It feels like people are waiting for him to foul, and I think that is deeply unfair. I don't think it will bother Ange Postecoglou though. He will just plough through it. He has managed for a long time and has had some huge success. I'm expecting Spurs to have another good season under him, especially now they have signed Dominic Solanke, which looks like an astute bit of business. Now, my thoughts on everything in this episode, and I will keep this short and brief because I don't want to keep repeating myself on all of these episodes that we keep putting out. Wilson Odobert to Tottenham, I tell you what, that was a big shock on Friday because not one journalist had reported about this at all, and this shows how Spurs are moving in different ways. No one seems to know anything about what Tottenham Hotspur are doing right now, and I absolutely love that. I actually prefer it. It was like the good old days of getting the newspaper through your door and then seeing, the player holding up that shirt, and you had no idea about it before the days of Twitter, before the days of X, Facebook, blah, 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 all the social media channels, including channels like this, where we're speculating and putting out all of the news. It was a big surprise. I think that this... I did a live with Josh Hughes from the Daily Mail shortly after this announcement came out, and a lot of people were very, very negative about this signing. Personally, I think that this player, again, is another one for the future. Ange Postecoglou and the club are certainly going out identifying targets in Europe, in the Premier League now. Or, Burnley were in the Premier League. He played a number of games for them last season, did extremely well. Very, very fast, dynamic, a box of tricks, I'm told by a couple of Burnley channels and a couple of Burnley podcasts. They are quite sad to see him leave Turf Moor. But Spurs are going out identifying, top talent, around the world. And this is great to see. The future is extremely bright. Bearing in mind as well that we have a fantastic development side, under 18s plus the under 21s who won a couple of trophies last season. It brings me on to talk about the under 21s. Got off to a great start on Friday evening away at Chelsea, a very, very tough place to go. Chelsea is always a tough game no matter what level it's at, especially under 21s, because their under 21s have been a fantastic side in recent times. But Spurs are definitely going in the right direction under Ange Postecoglou in terms of players coming in the door. I get the worry and the frustration from a lot of people because I do feel it myself about bringing in a couple of experienced players, a couple more experienced players. Dominic Solanke has come in. I think that is definitely going to be a big difference for us in the final third this coming season. Fabrizio Romano, together with other journalists, have stated that Eze's release clause has now expired. I can't see that happening in the next couple of weeks. Some people are still talking about Spurs possibly signing Ivan Toney. Can't see that either. I think that there will be a couple of surprises. I think there will be a couple of players where we'll be thinking, oh, wow, okay, didn't expect that one. Exactly like the Wilson Odobert one. Who expected that? Vincent Kompany, the former Burnley boss at the end of last season, actually said, what a great talent he is, one for the future. And as I've said, the Burnley fans have been raving about him. Quite sad that he has left. But it's going to be interesting with Odobert because he did play consistently for Burnley last season in the Premier League, and he got a lot of minutes. So is he going to get a lot of minutes this season? That's going to be an interesting one. So I hope to see him in a Spurs shirt very, very soon. There's lots of games coming up, Premier League, Europa League, and it just gives us that extra option in that final third, which I absolutely love. We do have a number of options in that final third now, so hopefully he can, get a number of minutes in the brand new season. The Spurs women are doing good business as well. Claire Hunt from PSG, fantastic signing for the Spurs women. Let's hope that Robert Villaham can push the Spurs women on this season and try to achieve, Champions League football. He said to me only a couple of months ago that was his goal in the second season, that he wanted to try and close the gap with the front three or the top three and try and get Champions League football in his second season. Under 18s are in action Saturday, so very best of luck to them. Chris Sutton has come out and said that the fans were bored of Jose and Antonio Conte football. Why is Ange Postecoglou under pressure? I completely get what Chris Sutton means. There are a lot of people unhappy with the transfer window. There are a lot of people stating about set pieces and worried about set pieces, etc. But then again, there are a lot of people excited about the season with a number of youngsters coming through, development players, and of course our brand new signings. You've got to think where we were 12 months ago under Ange Postecoglou. Most fans said, we need patience, but I then think that some fans actually forget about, we need patience for the manager. The manager, or the head coach, Ange Postecoglou, has changed so much in the 12, 13 months that he has been at the football club. The amount of players that have gone out the door, the amount of players that have come in the door. I think that some people have an issue of, they're not the players that they want, but it's not about what we want. It's not about what I want. It's not about what any of us want. Any people that come on the podcast or any people who watch or listen to this podcast and these editions. It's not about what we want. It's about what Ange Postecoglou wants in order to take us to that next level. Bringing me on to talking about Michael Dawson's comments, about being entertaining football in the first season, and now it's all about getting back into the Champions League for the second season. Of course, there has to be that progression. There has to be that entertaining style of football again, which of course we all love to see. We really enjoyed last season under Ange Postecoglou. It was completely different to the feeling of being under Jose Mourinho and Antonio Conte, the type of football that they played. It was like a party atmosphere at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on a number of occasions last year. Even when we lost some games, people still felt good about the season and they felt like we were progressing in the right way. And we certainly did do that. We got a Europa League spot, and I think now it's about progression again and trying to get that Champions League spot. When you look at the squad, it's a decent squad. I think that we could turn a decent squad into a very decent, or a fantastic squad, if you like, with a couple more additions, a couple more experienced players. But does Ange Postecoglou want that? It's going to be an interesting last couple of weeks of this transfer window. I'm sure that there are many, many more deals to be done in terms of outgoings and in terms of incomings. I think we will still sign a couple more players yet. So, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. Jamie Donley has just gone out the door to Leyton Orient. I tell you what, there are some disappointed people. I do read every comment, every message that I am sent. And there are a lot of very disappointed people stating that, why has Jamie Donley gone out on loan? We'd prefer him to stay. It's because of his development. It's best for his development. If he's not going to get regular game time in Postecoglou's team, then it is best for him to go out. He's gone and signed for Leyton Orient, who are a League One side. I have absolutely no doubt that he will be in the starting 11 most games, most weeks, most competitions that they play in, because he is hell of a player and he is a player for the future at Tottenham, and he needs game time. He walked the league basically with the under-21s last season, and there is no way that it would be good for his development to go back to playing in that under-21 side. And if he's not going to get the regular minutes in the first team, this is definitely a fantastic move for him. So wishing him all of the very best and wishing him all of the luck for this coming season. And when I get time, apart from watching Tottenham home and away, when I get time, I'm definitely going to pop down to Leyton Orient and watch a couple of his games that he plays in an O shirt. So looking forward to that. Eze's release clause has expired. I think a lot of people will be disappointed that Spurs haven't gone in for him. I think that he would have been a fantastic addition for this Postecoglou side and this squad. I've been a big fan of Eze for many years. I've said on this podcast or this channel a number of times that I felt that Spurs should have signed him when he played for QPR. We certainly had the opportunity to do so, but we didn't take or we didn't pay the money at that time. And of course, he carried on playing for QPR, and then of course moved to Crystal Palace, where he's been a fantastic player in the last couple of seasons. Of course, now in the England setup as well, and rightly deserved. But as I say, in closing, I think that he's going to be a couple of weeks, very busy couple of weeks for Spurs in terms of outgoings. We still expect Reguilon and Lo Celso to go out on permanent moves. Still expecting a number of the youngsters to get loan moves. Perhaps even Tyrese Hall, who got a brace in Friday night's game against Chelsea. It is expected that he will go out on loan as well to get some experience and get minutes, exactly the same as Jamie Donley. But yeah, a busy couple of weeks coming up. Of course, the Leicester game takes place on Monday. Really looking forward to seeing Spurs back in Premier League action, and let's hope that we can start with a win and pick up the first 3 points of the season. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you listen to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy your weekend, stay safe and well. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.